to this economy. So we all take the money. You work for a company in Manhattan, any company that you work for in Manhattan, it cannot possibly be profitable. But you take the money because in order to survive, you're in denial. You pretend all those staff meetings are about improving morale or bumping up sales. And I'm pretty sure the person running the meeting kind of believes that's what he's trying to do. But the person who hired that person, they're thinking, sure, you want to turn a profit, you're ambitious, try it. That's what he's thinking. If this guy can turn a profit, that will make the company look all the more legitimate, but you really don't have to, because we're going to say you're turning a profit regardless of what the truth is. Just make the place look legitimate. Make everyone unhappy. Make sure everyone is working long hours and hates the boss and hates their job. Exhaust everybody. Make everybody tired and hate their job. Make sure this electronics store looks like we're moving merchandise. Keep it open 24 hours. Abuse everybody in the workplace so it looks legitimate, even though it's not. None of these places are legitimate. As David Graeber said, your job is bullshit. Now, I can't stand David Brooks. He writes for the New York Times. I loathe him more than Thomas Friedman. David Brooks, just a horrible, horrible human being. But I accidentally read him yesterday by accident. And I thought it was instructions on how to give myself a fleet enema. And I was reading the instructions for how to give myself a fleet enema. And then I go, oh my God, this isn't how to give yourself a fleet enema. It's David Brooks's column in the New York Times. Anyway, he wrote about Fiona Hill's new book in which she explains how Vladimir Putin works. And Brooks says, Fiona Hill writes, see what I do here? I'm telling you my sources. It's a novel idea that telling you my sources. I would have loved to have left David Brooks out of this, but this is where I got it from. So Brooks says Fiona Hill, in describing Vladimir Putin, how he operates, she says, quote, everybody's wealth is deliberately tainted in Russia. So Putin has the power to accuse anyone of corruption and remove anyone at any time. Let me read that again. This is what Fiona Hill writes about how Russia runs. Everybody's wealth is deliberately tainted. So Putin has the power to accuse anyone of corruption and remove anyone at any time. That is how a kleptocracy works. See? There's one guy at the very top who is the most corrupt, and he controls the police. The only people in a kleptocracy who are allowed to get wealthy are criminals, because criminals can be locked up by the police when you want them to be, when the guy on top wants them to be locked up. So you get a compliant force underneath you. If everyone can be locked up, they obey you. The police become the kleptocracy's security guard. In Russia, anyone who has money has committed a crime. You can't make money unless you've tainted yourself. So they are all compliant. To succeed in a kleptocracy, the people in charge must have something on you. Otherwise, they can't get you to bend to their will. And that's how the Trump administration operated. It was a kleptocracy. Trump wouldn't hire anyone who wasn't a fraud. In other words, Trump only trusted someone if they couldn't be trusted. Now that sounds cute, but it's true. Trump only trusted someone if they couldn't be trusted. I don't trust this guy. He's too trustworthy. That's why all our bosses are difficult. And We delude ourselves. Think about your boss now. Think about all the bosses you've had and how you've deluded yourself. We say things like, my boss hates me because I'm honest. And I remind him or her of how immoral they are. So they don't like me because each day I show up to work, they see me and I'm a reminder of what they're not, and it makes them feel gross.